the subway in Tashkent. The Soviet style of burial. This is the Hazrat Imam Mosque. You can see two minarets. This is the madrasah. And this is the main building of the bazaar. Wow! Hi, good morning friends. So I'm still in Tashkent, the capital city of Uzbekistan, the largest city in Central Asia. And today I want to explore Tashkent, finally. After submitting some visa applications so I can now travel to see some historical places, I'll visit some museums, mausoleums, the oldest Quran in the world, subway stations and bazaars. So stay tuned. First, I will take a bus to the center of the city to visit the Amir Timur Museum. So here you can pay with your Visa card. See, it's only around 10 to 15 cents. Now I'm already at the museum. The style is a bit old, but it's also modern. So you enter from here. I don't think we can take any video. If we cannot take any video, I'll tell you after I see the museum. I'm back from the museum, from the inside. So it's just like two floors with one basement, nothing in the basement. And the first floor, actually you can see the dome from the inside, which actually looks beautiful, but it is very modern. And most of the exhibits inside are just like some representatives of the ancient remains like coins, ceramics, and nothing important. Maybe there are some modern paintings, which is quite good. And maybe the only authentic thing inside is like the letter from Timur to French king in 1402. I think that's the only interesting stuff inside. And also there is a facsimile of the ancient Quran, the Uthman Quran, but we can see the original later here in Tashkent. And here is the facsimile from St. Petersburg in 1905. Basically, you can finish the whole museum in just 1 hour, and for $2, I understand why it's not recommended by Caravanistan, because inside it's just like a lot of replicas and only paintings. But it's interesting. If you have the money and the time, just get here and see the museum. Okay, now we'll continue. We will go to the old town and we'll take the subway because they say it's really good. There is city tour bus here. I don't know how much does it cost, but it departs from the Uzbekistan hotel, which is somewhere there. This is the metro station, Amir Timur station. You buy the ticket here in the counter. It's 1400 som, about 10 cents. And let's enter. So apparently you can also use your Visa card, but I already bought a ticket, so let's try. Get in. And here we are. So I'm told that the metro stations in Tashkent, they are beautifully built. But I don't know, this one just looks normal. We are going to Paktakor, that one. So we're gonna transfer there. The good thing is here in the subway, you can access free Wi-Fi. You just need to register with the Uzbekistan number. They'll send you a code and send the code to access the Wi-Fi. And here is our train. Let's board the train. It looks old and new at the same time. Interesting. Now I'm already at the interchange. So this station looks better. You can see more mosaic. And here's the train. That's the exit, but we are changing train. I think it's over there. Some stories either historical or folklore, but the mosaic is really good. So this is the subway in Tashkent. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna take this train. Let's go. Okay, now we are in Tinchlik. So here you can see Tinchlik. This is the map basically of the line. And from here I want to go to nearby bazaar, and from there we will walk to the Hazrat Mosque. It's where the oldest Quran is kept. By the way, now I see this machine. I want to show you how to actually top up your card. This one, we have a Beeline, and this is your number, phone number. Input your phone number, 90. Just input here. So your number is already here. Just make sure it's correct and input the cash. Unfortunately, they don't give change, so 10,000 som, this one, and press this, and okay, no need to print the receipt, and you get the 10,000 top up to your Beeline. Now I have 30,000 som here, and you see my package is already low, below 1 megabyte here, below 1 megabyte, and this one to buy package. So I want to choose the cheaper one, 30,000 som. You can see here, 30,000 som for 30 days, 5 gigabyte, and let's press this. Buy. Okay. So it's all thanks to the Wi-Fi from the metro station. So I can top up and buy a new package because I was out of data. Okay, successful. See, it says 30 days, 5 gigabyte. That's good. Let's continue our journey. Now I'm going to Chigatay Bazaar, and from there is a cemetery. Let's say it's quite ancient. Let's see. And this road leads to the bazaar, and there is samosa over there, traditional food of Central Asia and from India, I think. It's really famous in Uzbekistan. It's everywhere. So I want to eat that for lunch. And from there we will walk over there. There is a small mall. Maybe we just enter a little bit and visit the cemetery. So this is the store, samosa. See, this one is potato, 4,000 som. This is the samosa potato, only 4,000 som each. This is how it looks inside. Potato samosa. And this is a small mall. I think I'll just skip this because I've been to a better mall in Tashkent. This is the mall with the Korzinka supermarket. And this is the small bazaar. As you can see, people are selling bread from the cart, which looks like this. Some fruits. And this is the corner. Probably it's a morning market, so nothing is left here except for the roti in front and the fruits. So what's really popular in Uzbekistan is the watermelon and the melon. They are really good. And I think this melon, yellow melon. And this one is a very big melon, I think more than 4 kgs. Okay, let's go to the cemetery. So I will tell you what's interesting about Chigatay Cemetery. Basically, it's the place where we can see the burial practice of Muslims in Central Asia and Soviet Union. Let's check it out. So basically, this is the place where you can see the Muslim burial practice along with the Soviet Union burial practice. So here basically you can see the Soviet style of burial over here, with the black marbles and faces carved on a black marble like that one. And you can also see a more traditional one, which is at the front, which we just saw earlier. So that was the cemetery. You can see the Soviet style and Muslim style joined together side by side, and that actually marks the old city because it's been there since 100 years ago as cemetery. And now we want to walk the Tashkent Mahalla, which means like residential area, and we walk towards the Hazrat Imam Complex. That's where the oldest Quran is kept. Let's go. And now we just need to walk along this canal. It's called Coast Canal, and it ends at the Hazrat Imam Complex. And this is the Mahalla, the old residential. So that's the Mahalla, which I think actually looks more like a slum if you see from the outside. But inside there are actually some good houses. And now we're gonna cross the road because we're gonna go to the mosque. Here we are at the Hazrat Imam Square or complex, and there are some mosques and madrasah, and the biggest mosque in Tashkent. Let's take a look. I am now already inside the complex. There are some historical buildings inside the complex, such as this one on my right. Even though the wall here looks new, but the original building is built in the 16th century. It is a madrasah, Babakan Madrasah. It's schools for Muslim scholars. And the one in the front, which is very big, is the biggest mosque in Tashkent, in Uzbekistan. This is the Hazrat Imam Mosque. You can see two minarets flanking the side, 50 meters high. But this is very new. Actually, it was built in 2007, and I heard it was just built in under 4 months. A breaking record. And here is also a mosque. It was actually the largest mosque before that, I think 19th century. And even behind, which is still under construction, it's actually the Islamic Civilization Center. So let's take a look and let's search for the oldest Quran in the world. This is the big square right in front of the mosque. I think the small building here is the building that housed the Quran, the Uthman Quran. Let's take a look later. And this is the older mosque. And here, this one is the madrasah, but I think it has been turned into shops, souvenir shops. So let's take a look inside. Now the madrasah is filled with paintings, clothes, traditional clothes, traditional bowls, plates, ceramics, paintings. But just remember, this place, it used to be a madrasah. See, the classroom. It has been turned into a souvenir shop. for master craftsmen. It's really a shame that the madrasah now has been turned into a shopping center. But you can see the interior still maybe resembling a little bit of madrasah. But anyway, so let's just continue and look at the mosque and the Quran. Hopefully it's open. So I just visited this building. It houses the Uthman Quran. It's a legendary Quran. It's one of the 5 original Quran written by the order of Uthman. And we cannot take any video inside, and you need to pay 40,000 som to get in, around $3. Actually, if you want to take video, you can, but you need to pay like 5 million or something like that. It's really expensive. And if you just look at the Quran, it's really big. You can say it's like half meter. The width is half a meter, but it's like a book. You open it and it becomes 1 meter, and it's really big. I think it's in a Kufi script, so it's a really old Quran. And you can see the blood, trace of blood. They say it's the blood of Uthman, because he was actually assassinated when he was reading the Quran. So that's according to the legend, and it was brought from Iraq to Samarkand by Timur Amir. And yeah, so now it's housed in this building. And this is the mosque. I don't know whether we can get inside or not. Let's take a look. This is the mosque. There are 2 domes. Yeah, this is the dome, and 2 minarets. It's about 50 or 53 meters high. There are 2 of them. Maybe we can take a peek inside. Let's check. That's the mosque. Very good interior. You can see the blue, and the carpet is really of good quality. And now I want to visit other places in the complex. There is an institute, and also there is a mausoleum actually. Right next door to the mosque is this one, Uzbekistan Musulmonlari Idorasi. Basically, this is the administration center of the Mufti of Uzbekistan. So it's like the head of the Islamic cleric here. And also much further towards the north, actually it's right behind this building, is the Institute of Al-Bukhari Institute. It's one of the very few Muslim institutions that's allowed during the Soviet era. And here is the last building in the complex, Abu Bakr Kafal Sasi Shrine, the mausoleum of Abu Bakr al-Sasi. So he's actually a 10th century Sufi poet, and the mausoleum was built in the 15th century. I think also by Amir Timur. Let's see if we can get in. This is the mausoleum of Abu Bakr al-Sasi, and basically, actually, the mosque The central area, Hazrat Imam, is actually original name is his name, Abu Bakr al-Sasi. Just a little bit about Abu Bakr al-Sasi. Basically, he was born in 903 AD in Tashkent. So he's an original Tashkent resident. He spent his career mostly in Baghdad as an Islamic scholar and made a lot of contribution to the scholarly work of Islam. And before he died, he actually spent his old age here in Tashkent, and this is his mausoleum, probably the most important mausoleum in Tashkent. So, as promised, I will go to the bazaar in Tashkent. It's quite near from here. Let's walk, and we will see also on the way the Islamic Civilization Center in Tashkent, which is under construction. This is the Islamic Civilization Center in Tashkent, still under construction, but you can see it's really big, humongous. Okay, let's continue, walk to the bazaar. So let's go to the alley, to Mahalla. So that's the Chorsu Bazaar. Okay, let's cross the road. You can see a lot of mikvalets, two different directions, and the bazaar is already here. Here we are. Okay, here we are. Some bread. Looks nice. Okay. It's almost 6 p.m. It seems like it's a really big bazaar, so it's like from morning till night. As you can see, overall it's clean. This is the Chorsu Bazaar. So everyone knows about this bazaar because this is the biggest bazaar in Tashkent, in Uzbekistan. And it's very complete. You can find almost anything here to make all kind of food, and even to preparing wedding, everyone come to here. So take a look. See, all kind of spices, vegetables, even though it's still limited because the people here usually, in the past were nomadic, so fruits and vegetables are still limited. And this is the main building of the bazaar. Let's take a look inside. It's inside a dome. So this is for meat. It kind of reminds me of the market in Phnom Penh. As you can see, some of the shops are already closed, and there are all kind of meat, including horse meat over there, and some fishes, butter, cheese, and actually it also has a second floor. And to the second floor, same thing, more food ingredients. And you can see, wow, nicely packaged. It's a very big bazaar. Even outside the building, there are still many other semi-open stores. No wonder you can find anything here. See? Nice. Okay, let's continue. We will go to the next destination. So nearby actually there is another historical madrasah. Let's see. I think the madrasah is that one. See? So that marks the old city center. They say it was formerly called the Uzbekistan, the area in front of the madrasah. Uzbekistan means like a sandy area. So they say like it's the place where execution was conducted. So Uzbekistan is also like the Uzbekistan in Samarkand, maybe, but Samarkand is much bigger. We will see later. Not today. Now I'm already outside the market, but yeah, you can see still some newspaper are being sold here. Newspaper, and the madrasah is in front. Here it is, the 16th century madrasah, and now it's already becoming a Muslim school, college. And there's also another historical mosque, that one. And this behind me is the madrasah from the 16th century. Let's take a look, maybe we can get inside. It's 10,000 for foreign tourists, and actually it's quite beautiful, as you can see. And this building is still in use for students. Very nice. And this is the inside of a 16th century madrasah. Can you imagine that? And it's still in use today. Somehow it looks like Harry Potter school, but in the east. So that's the end of our journey today. Actually, there are still a lot of places to discover in Tashkent, but maybe next time when we come back to Tashkent. Because tomorrow I plan to go to Nukus, on the western part of Uzbekistan by a train, and I want to see the Aral Sea. So I'll be back here in a week. So see you tomorrow. Let's check how we go to Aral Sea.
Ikuti terus Bang Jago. Sampai jumpa.